George? George? Ah, George, is that lunchtime drink still on? George? George, are you awake? Oh, sorry.
I don't know whether you know, Barbara Stanford has just joined us from the Kingsway branch.
Design department.
Very nice.
Henry Wentworth.
How do you do?
Ticking over, thank you.
Okay.
Bye, George.
Bye, Lang.
See you later.
Okay.
And you.
Sorry, George.
You could have knocked.
And missed the floor show?
She's a bit tasty, isn't she? She's got a cracking pair of legs.
I didn't notice her legs.
No.
I remember she stood behind me in the lift once. I thought someone was tapping me on the shoulder.
Yes, I don't think it would be long, Henry, before Barbara Stanford and I are sharing the toast and marmalade. Hello? What about? What, you don't know what it's about? Okay. I'll come straight up. Big Edwards wants to see me.
The boss man?
I can't think of anything I've done wrong.
Is your filing cabinet bugged?
Yep.
Excuse me, sir. Mr. Bassett to see you.
Hmm? Oh, Bassett, yes.
Mr. Bassett.
Bassett. Yeah, come in. Sit down, Bassett.
Thank you very much.
Well, there's no need to look so worried, man. This is a special assignment, not the sack.
Oh, no, it's just that...
Just that I don't usually give you your orders, but this is something special, as I said. Do you?
Oh, well, look here, sir. Why don't you have one of mine?
I think if I were a fisherman, I'd throw yours back. Now then, come on.
Oh, well, thanks a lot, sir.
Right. Hey. Bassett. Now then, Bassett, this assignment. Springtime Mattresses want us to handle their advertising, and as you know, that's rather a large account.
Yes, indeed. Congratulations, sir.
Yes, well, it's not quite in the bag yet. Stanley Sweeting, the managing director of Springtime, always takes a personal interest in their campaigns, and whoever we select for the job will have dinner with him and his wife and then stay the night. That's not to be sniffed at, eh?
Well, no, indeed, sir.
No, they have a lovely house and a superb cellar. Now, I thought of you for this job because you did something similar a year or two back, didn't you?
Yes. Stuckheimer Bavarian Gardenware, sir. Yes.
Yeah, that's right, yes. Now, you and Mr. Stuckheimer hit it off very well. You know, in fact, it was he who recommended us to Springtime. Now, I want the same kind of approach as we had then.
Yeah.
Now, who was with you on the Stuckheimer thing?
My wife. Mm-hmm. Well, ex-wife, sir.
Oh, dear.
Yes, I'm sorry about that, sir.
Oh, no, it's not your fault. I mean, after all, these things happen. I mean, if they didn't, there'd be mass unemployment in the legal profession. No, it's just that, it's just that Sweeting is rather a staunch believer in the sanctity of marriage. Do you know, I honestly believe that he would cease to make double mattresses if he thought they were being used by single people.
Well, he doesn't have to find out about my divorce, does he, sir?
Oh, no, I suppose not. Now, who would you take with you from design?
Take with me? You mean, sort of female?
Yes, the distaff side, that's right, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I want the same sort of happy setup as you and your wife, your ex-wife, had with Mr. Stuckheimer. Now, any suggestions?
Barbara Stanford.
She has qualities, has she?
Well, she's certainly been recommended, yes, sir.
Yeah. You've not personally done anything with her?
Well, not yet, no.
Right, well, I'll investigate and let you know.
Well, thank you very much, sir.
Righto, Bassett.
Thanks very much, sir.
Right.
Have you decided on Mr. Bassett, sir?
Yes, well, now, I'm not absolutely sure. I'm a little worried about this divorce business. Look, check the availability of Richard Hardwick.
Oh, he's at Kingsway, sir.
Yes, that's right, yes. Get in touch with his department, will you?
Right, thank you.
Hello, graphics.
Miss Warner here. May I speak to Richard Hardwick?
No, I'm sorry, he's out at the moment. Can I give him a message?
Is that Susie Bassett?
Susie Lonsdale.
I'm sorry, I keep on forgetting about your divorce.
Yes, well, I want to forget too, which is why I reverted to maidenhood.
Ask Richard to ring me back, will you?
Right.
Oh, hang on. You once oiled a managing director's wheels, didn't you?
I beg your pardon.
Stuckheimer Gardenware. You went out to dinner to clinch their account.
Oh, Mr. Stuckheimer. Yes, it wasn't so much a question of oiling his wheels as applying his brakes.
Well, I was thinking that you and Richard might do something similar. Look, I'll get back to head office. I think you're just the sort they're looking for.
Me and Richard Hardwick.
Did you call?
Excuse me, sir. Richard Hardwick's got a meeting and a business lunch tomorrow.
Oh, can't you get out of them?
Well, they also say that if the managing director's wife is under 70, Richard Hardwick might make a pass at her.
Oh, good Lord, he can't send the Sweetings a sex maniac. No, it'll have to be Bassett. Well, tell him not to mention his divorce, will you? By the way, has the Stanford girl been recommended?
Well, Miss Warner says they have someone at Kingsway who's done this sort of thing before.
Oh, yes, of course they have. I know Mrs. Bassett. We've been through all that.
Oh, no, not Mrs. Bassett. Miss Lonsdale.
Really? I don't know her. Oh, well, if they recommend her.
Right. Mr. Bassett and Miss Lonsdale, I'll make their train reservations.
Yes, I only hope they get on well together.
How the hell do I come to be sitting opposite you? I'm supposed to be going with Barbara Stamford.
And I was going with Richard Hardwick.
Well, this is great, isn't it? It's bloody great, this is.
Don't imagine that I'm admiring the view.
Edwards told me himself that Sweeting was paranoid about divorce. He wouldn't have sent two people who've been sticking knives in each other for 5 years.
That's why he was sending Richard and me.
Excuse me, are these seats taken?
Richard, who's this fellow, Richard?
Mind your own business.
Tuppence Hackney, off his Romeo, is he? Who gives you all a thrill in strict rotation. Probably had you on the carriage floor by now.
And what about Barbara Stanford?
Never mind.
She's not that tremendously tall girl with a huge chest, is she?
I don't know who she is.
You must be joking, George. She eats your sort for breakfast.
Richard Hardwick. Oh, yes, I know him. Bit swarthy. Dago type. Looks as though he ought to be selling fruit from a small boat in Port Said.
At least he doesn't shout, and he's got good manners.
Manners? What do you mean he warms his hands before he stuffs them up your shirt?
Charming expression. I believe that Barbara Stanford has got awfully good manners, too. Never fails to send a little card saying, "Thank you for having me."
Richard Hardwick.
I believe she keeps a list of all her conquests.
Hardwick. Yeah.
A list? I believe it runs to several volumes. I wonder how she'd have recorded you, George. After your usual drunken passes and your highly realistic Rip Van Winkle impersonation, I should think she'd record you 2 out of 10 for effort.
Ricardo Hardwick.
Oh, shut up about Richard.
Oh, shut up about Barbara Stanford.
Right.
It better be a bloody good dinner.
My wife and I are both on a diet, I'm afraid. This table has grown too often with rich and fattening fare. Thick soups, stuffed pheasant with fruity sauces, trifles and cream.
Delicious. Don't remind me, Stanley.
She'd eat 3 at one sitting.
Well, I shall remind you about your spare ribs of pork.
Oh, no.
Dripping in brown goo.
Oh, Phyllis.
And steak and kidney and oyster pie.
Oh, please, please, I won't talk about it anymore. I'm sorry, do make a start. Thank you. No thanks, Mary. Not with grapefruit. Actually, I'll be interested to hear what you think of the wine when we get to it. It's not from my cellars, I must be honest and admit that. All my vintage stuff is a bit too heavy and full-bodied, far too many calories. But I've got some lighter stuff from the village stores. They recommended it very highly. It's a white wine. I think white goes better with fish, don't you?
Fish?
Nice piece of grilled plaice. You two are lucky.
Why?
You're getting butter on yours. Well, we spent all evening talking advertising, and I don't know anything about you. Do you work together a lot like this?
No.
So you don't meet much?
No.
Well, perhaps you will after today, eh? Long trip down here, long trip back. Nothing like travel to draw two people together.
No, Stanley. He fancies himself as Cupid, you know.
No. There's something between these two, I can always tell. Oh, I know that love and marriage are unfashionable words these days. But believe me, may I call you Susie?
Oh, yes, of course.
And it's George, isn't it? Well, George and Susie, take the word of someone who's celebrated his silver wedding. There is nothing like marriage. I've no time for those people who say it's only a bit of paper, so why not just live together? It is not a piece of paper. It is a union sanctified by the church till death do you part. Death!
All right, dear.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, Mary.
Mr. Stuckheimer's called.
Who's Stuckheimer?
I told him you had guests for dinner, and he said he was just called in.
You mean he's gone?
Oh, no, sir. He's in the hall.
Oh, well, we could hold up the fish course for a moment, couldn't
Yes,
we?
of course, dear.
Shall I ask him in, sir?
Yes, send him in. He runs a company, too. In fact, he was the one who recommended your agency.
Look, Stanley, I am terribly sorry. I did not realize what the time was. I hope I'm not disturbing.
No, not at all. And let me introduce you.
Oh, hello! Oh, both of you are here. How very nice to meet you again. These are the two young people I told you about.
Oh, I hadn't realized that you were the two who both worked for him.
Yes.
Well, bring up a chair, Harry. Go on, sit down.
All right, I will stay a little while, seeing that it is Old Home Week. That was an excellent campaign you did for us, you know. We are still using it. And how have you young people been getting on since I saw you last?
Well, pretty...
Going from strength to strength, I hope.
Well...
Professionally, I mean, of course, because I know that in your private life...
How are you?
I'm all right. Thank you.
No, because last time we met, you did have a bit of a cold, didn't you?
That was 3 years ago. I recovered from it. Thank you for asking.
Good. No, because they can hang on a bit these days. Colds. Can't they?
Yes, I had a cold once.
Yes?
I simply couldn't shake it off. I must have had it for a good 2 months. I took everything, but it wasn't any... Oh, yes, they certainly can hang on.
Yes, they can.
Yes. You know, Stanley, I'm sure I'm disturbing something.
No, we've had our first course. We're not ravenous, are we?
Well, I'm a bit pecky.
Looking forward to the fish.
Fish, yes, the
Fish! Not the turbot you get from O'Leary.
Not turbot, place.
But from O'Leary.
Yes.
Mm.
Oh, we'd have enough, wouldn't we?
Yes, of course, dear.
Oh, no, I couldn't possibly.
Good. No, because I mean it would be our fault. It'd be awful because if Mrs. Sweeting had to stretch the supper.
Oh, no. Cook always prepares too much, Mr. Bassett. Please don't worry on that score.
Oh, it's not Mr. Bassett, Phil. It's George and Susie.
Is it really? Oh, you shame me. When they were staying with me, I always called them Mr.
Sorry. No, our ladies first.
I was just saying that I once had a bout of flu.
Yes. Well, Susie, I think if you could postpone your medical history till after we've had dinner.
I'm sorry. And anyway, George was saying something much more interesting.
Oh, was he? Oh, good, good. George, what was it you were about to say?
Oh, yes. Who's O'Leary, then?
O'Leary?
Yes.
He's the local fishmonger.
Is he really? Good. Thanks.
Stanley, did you tell them about the house being haunted?
Haunted?
Oh, really?
How interesting.
Oh, do go
Yes.
Well, I've never seen it myself.
No.
I've heard it.
Yes, well, she says that she has. You see, a nun is supposed to have been murdered in one of the bedrooms.
Fascinating. Isn't that
absolutely
fascinating?
So which bedroom are you putting your guests in?
Which bedroom?
I had an aunt who was a ghost once.
Well, George is going in that one, actually.
George?
Great Aunt Agnes fell down this well.
And Susie next door.
Was she pushed or did she fall? I mean, that was the big
But
big
you're
question.
not separating a married couple.
Anyway,
couple.
this well was pretty deep.
Mr. and Mrs. Bassett!
Look, you had a fair crack at the whip we got home.
They're married?
I can't get Agnes in sideways here.
George!
Where's the fish? I'm starving. I'm
You and Susie are married?
Well, we were. Well, what I mean is...
We are.
Pardon?
But we pretend that we aren't for professional reasons. Isn't that right, George?
That's right, you see. Yes, I mean, she's absolutely right.
But how exactly does that help you, pretending to be single?
Well, how does it help? Sorry. Yes. I do know. But she puts it better than me.
Well, for a start, Look, it's not the sort of thing I think in front of your
No.
husband.
No, dear.
No, I'm just delighted to learn the truth, that's all. Good heavens, Harry, I was only saying before you arrived that I thought these two were made for each other. Now, wasn't I saying that?
He was saying that.
It's written across both their faces. You can't hide it. You were made for each other.
Oh, Mary, there'll be one extra for the remaining courses.
Yes, Mum.
Oh, and Mary,
Sir.
our young friends will be sharing the double room tonight.
Well, good night, then.
Good night. Sleep well.
Thanks a lot.
And I'm so glad I found out.
Yes.
Isn't it incredible how I said at dinner that I
Yes,
thought that...
dear.
You can't disguise it, you know, when the magic's there.
Yes, well, come along, dear.
Good night, dear.
Good night.
See you in the morning. Oh, yes, the magic's there. Did you know that? Of course it is. You can see it all over your face.
Shut up.
What a terrible bloody evening. Wriggling about like fish on a hook and talking about fish, that O'Leary's a fraud. I've tasted better fish out of a piece of newspaper. Did you see the size of the brandy he gave me? The size of it. I just thought I had a damp glass.
George, you will just get me an estate and I'll be awake for hours like I used to be.
State? What state?
You always started your longest and most convoluted argument of the day the minute I laid my head on the pillow. Usually after a dinner party when I was absolutely exhausted and you were sloshed.
Sloshed? Me sloshed?
If you'd known how ridiculous you looked raving on in a shirt and tie and no underpants.
I'm not sloshed, am I? A chance would be a fine thing. 2 glasses of the sort of plonk I used to take to bottle parties. Recommended by the local stores, I should think it was. They probably made it behind the local stores.
All right, that's enough.
All right, well, let's get to bed and get some sleep. What do you think we're going to have for breakfast? Grapefruit?
Just a minute, George. Where are you going to sleep?
Sleep?
Yes.
Where am I going to sleep?
Yes.
Would you... I hadn't really thought about that. Well, let's have a look round and see what there is available. Well, look at this. Now, it's a wardrobe. It's about the right size. It's a bit vertical, isn't it? Chest of drawers, do you think? Any good? Horizontal. It's a bit of a drop if I turned over in the middle of the night. Oh, I say, now look what I found here. Now, I tell you what, Dan, I'll be fair. Having considered all the possibilities, I think I've probably decided that this is my best bet.
Listen to me, George. We happen to be in a singularly embarrassing situation. Don't make it any more embarrassing for me by asking me to share that bed.
excuse me, George?
Yes, darling. Yes, of course. Yes.
Yep.
What are you doing, Guy?
Solving an unfortunate problem in a civilized fashion.
I see. Yes.
Now, this is a nice, comfortable armchair, George, in which you can snuggle down. It's been a very hard day, and we're both very tired. And before you know where you are, it'll be time to get up again. Feet on there. Lovely.
Yes.
You do understand, George,
Understand, I?
that we have to sleep separately.
Well, not entirely, but I mean, obviously, you feel strongly about it, so I will in fact respect that decision. Yes.
Thank you, George. Would you mind?
Yes, of course.
Yeah. George, I really do hope you'll be comfortable.
Oh, I'll be fine. Don't worry about me, sweetheart. Where are you going?
To the bathroom.
To change?
Yes.
Listen, have you found something I never saw? I watched you get undressed for 8 years.
No, George, you didn't watch. For the last 2 years, you either sat in bed reading or you lay on your back listening to Late Night Extra with your eyes closed. It never felt like it does tonight.
How does it feel tonight?
Like doing the dance of the 7 veils.
Darling, are you absolutely sure? Well, about us, not sharing the same bed.
Oh, yes, George.
Okay, I know. I was just checking on that, sweetheart.
What are you doing, George?
I mean, I'm sorry. I thought you did say you didn't want to sleep in the same bed.
Yes.
I mean, you haven't changed your mind about that, have you?
No.
No, you'll be fine on the armchair. It's very comfortable, as you said, and as soon as you get the head down, it'll be morning.
You are actually going to stay in that bed, George, and make me sleep on that chair.
Well, it solves a difficult problem in a civilized manner, doesn't it?
You are a mean, heartless, selfish pig!
Feet up on the stool. Lovely. You sitting comfortably, I know? Good night. Oh, these mattresses are marvellous. Really, it's like floating on air. Hope you're warm enough over there, because it's like toast in this bed. Now, it is colder in the country, though, isn't it? It's a fresh, crisp cold, but it's cold. And I think there's a bit of a draft in here from somewhere. Hey, I hope it's not that nun walking. No, because they do say it goes cold when a ghost walks, don't they? No, well, no, don't worry about it, sweetheart. Now, just keep slipping away, darling, because I'm just going to the bathroom. Good night, darling. know you were there, sweetheart.
I am here, George, on the strictest impossible understanding that you keep to your own half.
My half, yes, my half, darling.
And don't start anything.
Not sure I'm quite with you there, darling.
I want 3 clear feet of space between us.
Yes, well, you'll be about safe with that, yeah. Promise, darling?
That you'll keep your hands to yourself.
I'll keep my hands to... All right, darling. It's so long since we slept together, I wouldn't know what to do with them anyway. Why, this is like old times, this, isn't it, darling?
No, it's not like old, and it's not going to be like old times either. Go to sleep.
Okay.
You're getting nearer.
No, I can't help it, darling. There's a dip in the middle of the mattress.
Rubbish. Get back to your own side. George!
I can't defy bloody gravity.
Bloody, let's just say nothing but get away from me. Stop it.
My hands are above the blankets. What are you talking about?
It's not your hands I'm worried about. It's your feet.
I'm only warming them.
Well, warm them somewhere else.
Okay, darling.
George!
Well, you said somewhere else.
Well, you've got to sleep.
What noise?
Just there.
I didn't hear any noise. Now, come on, be fair. Let a chap get some sleep, sweetheart. I heard that, sweetheart. Yeah. I think it was the water pipes.
They sound like the water pipes to me.
What you don't think it's that ghost, do you?
No, of course it isn't.
You're not frightened, are you?
No.
Oh, that's all right then, darling.
Well, just a bit.
Look, darling, would it make you feel any easier if you snuggled up to me?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, darling. Okay. Good night to you then. Darling, all right, hang on to me, sweetheart. There we are. There you are, darling. Hang on. You'll be all right, sweetheart. There we are. There we are, darling. Just hang on there, darling. Just hold on tight to me. All right now, darling?
Yes, I'm all right, George.